Hello everyone, my name is Anna. For today, I am going to be sowing some cactus seeds. As you can see, I have my soil here, my containers. And before that, I will be showing you guys what seeds I will be planting today. By the way, this video is actually an update on a video that I previously made on how to grow cactus from seeds. That is the more comprehensive video. So this one is more like an update. Hopefully you will gain more information in this video, and hopefully I will be able to answer some of the questions that I received in that video. So if you haven't seen it, you will see the link up on your screen and also below in the description of this video. I don't exactly know what type of cactus seeds I will be sowing today because I just got the seeds from mail. So I was recently contacted by an online store for succulent seeds. The website is called unusualseeds.net. And it was very timely because I have been receiving a lot of questions from you guys where you can source cactus seeds. And unusualseeds.net is actually located in Serbia, but they were able to send the seeds to me so they can ship internationally, which is what a lot of you have been asking me about. So go ahead and check out their website. I will put the link below this video. It is unusualseeds.net. So they do not only sell cactus seeds. In fact, they specialize more on succulents, different types of succulents that you don't normally see available in stores. So go ahead and check out their channel or their website. I mean, it's unusualseeds.net. So they reached out to me introducing their company, and I did express the type of seeds that I wanted, and I told them I am interested in just cactus seeds. So I told them what some of my wish list seeds are. I don't really know if what they sent me. Oh my gosh, this is a lot. Holy moly, wow. This is more than what I am expecting. I think I gave them like 5 wish list cactus, but I certainly see more than 5 in here. Okay, so let's see what they sent me. So here are the seeds that they sent me. We have Epithelantha micromeris, Turbinicarpus pseudopectinatus, Turbinicarpus valdesianus. Oh, because I told them I wanted to grow my Turbinicarpus collection. And then Peliciphora aceliformis. Don't really know how to pronounce that. Echinocerius posolgeri, Astrophytum caput medusae, Copiapoa hypogea, cultivar lizard skin. Ooh, I like this one. And then Ariocarpus something variety albiflorus. And then I have more in here. Looks like these ones are all, it says gift. So Selenicerius validus, Copiapoa echinoides. Oh, another Copiapoa. Ariocarpus retusus, subspecies Trigonus, Escobaria chaffei, Copiapoa. Ooh, another Copiapoa. Fileriana, Astrophytum myriostigma, Pilosocereus azureus. I love this. This is the blue cactus. Melocactus matanzanus or matanzanus. And finally, oh wow, Asticium reiteri. So thank you so much to unusualseeds.net. So now I'm ready to get started sowing. So these are the materials that I use. I have, of course, my soil. I'll talk about my soil in a while. And then I have my containers here. I just use recycled food containers. I use a heated nail and I stick it in the bottom to make my drainage holes. That's why I have black holes. And then I have my spray bottle with clean water. I actually use bottled water here. And then I also have a freezer bag here because the method of sowing cactus seeds that I will do in this video is I will be placing the container inside a sealed bag. Okay, so there are different ways on how you can grow cactus from seed. There's no one right way of doing it, but this is just my preferred method because for me, this is the most practical and the most convenient, given the amount of time that I am willing to devote in taking care of my seedlings. You can actually even grow seedlings or cactus seeds in a pot if you have the perfect environment for growing them. Some people grow them in like sealed containers, plastic containers, or even in tray where they just put a like a cellophane or plastic on top of it just to keep the humidity high. But for me, this is my preferred method of growing cactus from seeds. Now let's talk about my soil. What I have here, I used a seed starting mix to which I added more perlite and a little bit of sand. So my goal is to have around 60% organic and 40% inorganic. So I need more organic material into my soil because I want my soil to be able to retain moisture for a long period of time. So I will be placing my cups inside a sealed plastic bag for at least about 3 to 4 months. Hopefully I don't need to open it. That's my goal. No opening of the bag. So it has to retain a moisture for at least 3 to 4 months in the bag. That is why I need the organic material. Another thing that I did to my seed starting mix is I sifted it, sorry. So I sifted my soil because I only wanted the smaller particles in my soil mix. So I had to take out the big barks, the big rocks that came in it. So I only wanted the finer materials, not too fine, not powdery fine. So just the smaller particles because cactus seedlings, they have very fine roots when they start out. So when your seeds end up like on top of a big rock, it will have a hard time germinating. And if it does germinate, the roots won't be able to attach itself to the rock, or the roots won't be able to spread or grow around the rock. So it needs finer materials for it to like anchor on and start out its life. So that's why I sifted out the bigger materials and just ended up with this smaller particles in my soil. The next thing that I'm going to do with my soil is I'm going to mist it. It is very dry, so I'm going to mist it and get it a little bit wet or damp because we are going to sterilize this soil. There are different ways of sterilizing the soil. What I like to use or what I like to do is I microwave my soil. So that is my way of sterilizing it. Others simply just pour hot water on this, or others bake it in the oven. I haven't tried those, and I know others get away with just putting them under high heat under the sun. So I haven't tried other methods except microwaving it. I sterilize my soil in order to kill any pathogens or bacteria that's in the soil, and that is to prevent molds or fungus from growing in my medium as I grow my cactus seedlings, because if they take over your soil, it can kill your cactus seedlings. You can also not sterilize the soil, but I've tried it in the past and it doesn't work for me because to succeed in that method, you would have to eventually start like opening your container to provide it some ventilation and airflow to prevent the molds from developing. So you would have to do that, like open it or vent it a few hours in the day and then close it during the day, and then the next day you would have to do it again. So for me, that is too much work. So I'd rather just do all the work at the start, and then once they are sealed in the bag, I would rather just leave them for 3 to 4 months. Hopefully, if I do it right, I do not have to open the bag until such time that the seedlings are big enough to be taken out of the bag. Okay, so I think this is enough. So remember, before you microwave your soil or before you bake your soil, make sure it is damp. Otherwise, if you microwave it very dry, your soil can burn. The steam will also help sterilize your soil. Here is my microwaved soil. I left the lid open a little bit just to make the soil or help the soil cool down before we handle it. So now it is cooled down and I'm ready to transfer it to my containers. Okay, so I won't be sowing all of those seeds today. I only have 5 containers with me. Okay, so I chose 5 seeds from different genus to sow today. So we will be transferring this soil to our container. Okay, when I sow my seeds, I always do it indoors because outside the wind will be blowing and you can introduce pathogens again to your soil and it defeats the purpose of us sterilizing it. So I always like to do my seed sowing indoors. Not to mention that, the wind can blow away your tiny cactus seeds. Now I'm going to try something different this time. So I added a soil to my pot and then 1/2 inch from the top of the soil, I will try to add some slow release fertilizer. So the roots will not reach this until the roots are about an inch down the soil. Okay, this is something that I haven't tried before. I usually just fertilize after I take them out of the bag, but we'll see if this method will make the seedlings grow faster. So not a lot. I just maybe placed 5 little granules in the soil. I always try to experiment and see which method works best. Okay, so this is the first time that I'll be doing that. So the next thing that I will do is I will be putting this in water to get the soil soaked. Okay, so there is a clean water in this container and then I will spray the top as well. Okay, so we're trying to get the soil really wet. Okay, so here are my cactus seeds and I'm now ready to start sowing. So just be very careful. Try to spread it out as much as you can in the soil. Okay, so in each bag there were like 10 or 12 seeds. And then I am going to place this inside my bag. Okay, and then I can spray it some more water just to make sure it has enough or sufficient water inside the bag to keep my soil moist for 3 to 4 months. Okay, and then I'll seal the bag. No need to put a lot of air in it, just enough for your bag to stand, to give your cactus seedlings space to grow inside the bag. Okay, and don't forget, most importantly, put your labels in it. I'm just going to use the sticker that they sent me, Unusual Seeds.net sent me. Stick it in here. And then I will also write the date when I sowed this. So this is the second one. This is an Escobaria. Now the reason why I place them inside a bag is because cactus seedlings need high humidity and sufficient warmth or warm temperature in order for them to germinate. So having them in a bag will keep the humidity high inside it. Okay, the third cactus seeds that I planted, this is an Echinocereus Posselgeri. Okay, again, I just spray some more water, make sure there's enough moisture inside the bag. Okay, and then seal it. And also for the bag, I like using freezer bags instead of sandwich bags, because I find freezer bags they're thicker, so they're able to retain moisture longer. I live in a very low humidity environment here in the desert, so everything dries out so fast. When I tried using sandwich bags, the moisture inside stayed in there only for about 2 months, and then after that I had to open the bag and water my seedlings again. But if I use freezer bags, they will last even up to 6 months. I've had seedlings inside the bag for 6 months, and the moisture lasted inside the bag if I use a freezer bag. Make sure you don't bury your seeds too deep, because cactus seeds are very small. If they're very deep in the soil, they might not germinate. If you have bigger seeds, you can probably sprinkle a little layer of soil on top, or sand, or vermiculite, just to keep the seeds in contact or in good contact with the soil. But try not to bury them too deep, because cactus seeds don't have enough energy to make their way out of the soil. I'm going to try something different for this pot. I will spread a thin layer of vermiculite on top of it. I'll just see if it makes any difference in terms of the seeds growing. This is supposed to help the seeds, have a better grasp or anchor to the soil. So I did not do it to the other pots, but I will do it on this one, and I'll see if it really makes any difference. It's usually good to, try new things. That's the only way how you will know what works best for you. Here are the seeds now that I sowed. I tried to put only one container per plastic bag, and that is to isolate it in case there will be a problem. Because if you have two, let's say 2 pots in one bag, and one develops mold or fungus, it can contaminate the other pot. That's why I try to keep only one container per plastic bag. I will place these bags in bright shade away from direct sunlight, because cactus seedlings will burn easily if you expose them to direct sunlight. So only bright shade. And then I find cactus seeds to germinate better at a temperature between 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're sowing your seeds, let's say in the winter, you may want to use a heat mat underneath it to keep the seeds warm, so they will germinate better. So again, these are the seeds that were sent to me by unusualseeds.net. Thank you so much again. And if you want to check out their website, I'll put the link down in this video. They have a lot of seeds of very unusual succulents, so I would recommend you to check out their website. Like I said earlier, this video is an update on a previous one that I made on how to grow cactus from seeds. That is the more comprehensive video, as it starts from sowing the seeds up to taking care of the seedlings until such time that you are ready to repot your seedlings. That video also discusses problem areas such as molds, fungus gnats, or moss on your seedlings. So if you still have questions after watching this video, maybe that video will be able to address your concerns. Alright, so that is it for this video. If you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like cactus and other desert plants. And until next time, bye everyone, and cheers!